Welcome to Isshin, Two Heavens as One. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, we'll keep on this one. I like it. We got Mana Crypt, we got Combat Celebrant, we've got 4 lands, and we've got Path to Exile. So we will definitely keep on this. And unfortunately, with Combat Celebrant, I don't. I'm pretty sure that doesn't interact with Ishin, where we get 2 of them. But at least having some sort of way to get an extra attack and just have it out there as a little bit of a threat, we'll certainly take that. So, and we're playing against Magda, Brazen Outlaw. So I'm very excited to see what sort of Magda build our opponent's got over there. So let's see if our opponent's ready to get the game started, and then we'll jump into it. All right, so let's go and lead off with Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, and I think we just go Combat Celebrant right off the bat. Let's have some fun. Let's get a 4-1 in there. Swinging in against Magda, I like it. So let's go and lead off with Bloodstained Mire. Let's grab ourselves a red source. Let's get this popped out. Grab Badlands. I think that works out. Let's go Mana Crypt. And let's get Combat Celebrant down. Let's have some fun. All right, that's going to be 1-2. And then anything else, pass the turn over to our opponent. But yes, welcome to Isshin, Two Heavens as One, the Panharmonicon for the attack zone. A lot of fun. I love it. Actually, this is one of my favorite commanders out of the new set, but let's go and cover our commanders. So we're playing Isshin, Two Heavens as One. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So let's get Mana Crypt going. Let's choose tails on this one. 1 the flip. We are 1 for 1 on those. And let's go ahead and drop in, I guess we can just drop in planes. We're cool with that. Let's drop in planes. Let's go and push in with Combat Celebrant. That's going to be 4-1. Drop him down to 36. And then anything else, kick it back over to our opponent. Playing against Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Other dwarfs you control get +1/+0. Then whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token, then sacrifice 5 treasure tokens, search your library for an artifact or a dragon card, put that card on the battlefield, then shuffle. So if our opponent does end up going for Magda, we do have Path to Exile. That will give them an additional land. At the very least, we've got Mortify, which I think I kind of like doing Mortify, because that's going to stop any sort of treasure tokens. Yeah, let's just hit, I just want to hit the reset button just for a little bit. So we're going to go Mortify on Magda. And then that'll allow us to go for Ishin. And then we can still leave up Path to Exile, because if we end up going Path to Exile, it's just they're going to end up being able to get Magda down again. So let's go and choose tails on this one. 1 the flip. We are 2 for 2 on our Mana Crypt triggers. And let's go ahead and drop in Windswept Heath. And let's go. And actually, if we're going to go for this, I think we just end up going Goblin Trap Runner. I think I kind of like that. And so let's go and crack Windswept Heath. Let's grab ourselves. Do we need double red for anything at this point? I think, yeah, we do have a lot of double red. So if we end up going Plateau, I think that'll work out. So we grab Plateau. Let's get Goblin Trap Runner. And then next turn we can go for Ishin. I think that'll work out. So we get down Goblin Trap Runner. Click OK. And actually, we could have sequenced that a little bit better. Sorry. Because if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could have left up Path to Exile. That's a little bit of a misplay on my part. Let's go and swing in for 4. Drop him down to 32. And then pass the turn over to our opponent. Yeah, we should have left up Path to Exile mana, but that happens sometimes. So we did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you go to bit.ly/JoltMTG, that will apply my affiliate link. That'll allow you to get some cards and help support the channel at the same time. So if you use that link, much obliged. Certainly appreciate it. Let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders if you want to play Commander online on Magic Online. Let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com/Jolt for 10% off your order. Last but not least, I started a Patreon, and if you're keeping score at home with your dual-wielding synthwave music, it is officially free time. Let's have some fun. All right, so the Mana Crypt, the Path to Exile didn't come back to bite us. So choose tails on this one. 1 the flip. We're 3 for 3 on those Mana Crypt triggers. Let's get Polluted Delta down, and let's have some fun. Let's get let's tap down. Make sure we tap down for enough colors. We'll get down Ishin, and yeah, I think we just go. Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's get the Exert going. We're going to attack and exert. There we go. All right, so we're going to get the double from Ishin. Let's get Combat Celebrant. Let's get these triggers on the stack. Let's choose tails. All right, we get 2 goblins on the battlefield. Click OK. Let's choose tails. Get 1 more goblin. Untap. So, all right, so they're swinging in. That's going to be 8. That's going to be 10. That's going to be 11. That's going to drop them down to 19. And then there's another attack step, so we'll swing in with the Goblin again, see how many more Goblins we can get going. So let's see that. All right, so we're going to choose tails on this one. All right, get 1 Goblin, choose tails on this one. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. All right, so we're swinging in for 8. That's going to drop them down to 11. And then anything else? No, we're simply just going to go and pass the turn. All right, so we got Path to Exile mana off of Polluted Delta. And then next turn, we should be able to, because it's going to be 4, that's going to be 7, that's going to be 10. Yeah, we've got enough. So we'll see what they end up deploying out. If they simply just get Magda out there, we can definitely get that moving. And our opponent is a friend of the channel, so we get to play some Magic. So there we go. Yeah, I just now saw in the chat our opponent said, "Hey, it's Jolt." Also, well, hey, it's a friend of the channel, so let's have some fun. Yeah, so definitely looking like we're gonna be able to get this video on YouTube. So we'll have some fun. But yeah, look at these Goblin tokens. That's one of the downsides to Combat Celebrant is that Combat Celebrant doesn't trigger with Isshin, but it's still nice to run in there to have the look at these 7 dwarfs going. It is nice to have the extra attack step sometimes just to flood the board with just a ton of tokens. So, in fact, let's go and go Path to Exile on one of the dwarfs. That way we can really get in for some damage. I kind of like that. So let's go and crack a Polluted Delta. And we've got Scrubland. That is going to be a white mana source. So let's go Path to Exile on 7 dwarfs. That's going to be 1. They'll get an extra land for their troubles. But at this point, we're just trying to clear the way for a bunch of Gerblins. All right, so let's see what we draw into for the turn. All right, we're going to choose Tails on this one. Lost the flip. Finally lost our Mana Crypt trigger. And then we draw. See what we draw into. We got Knight's Whisper. So we do have Seed of the Empire. And we can just end up going for that channel ability. So let's go and send the entire crew in. We're going to go to the attack step. And right-click attack all, because we've got at least 11 in Gerblins, and we got Isshin swinging in. So let's get these Goblin Trap Runner going. And this is what makes Isshin so much fun, is that you can, just something as simple as Goblin Trap Runner, getting that extra ability on that. It's a lot of fun. All right, so we're swinging in. We still got Seed of the Empire to go for that if we need to. We do have 1 legendary creature out there, so it's only going to cost 2, and that still keeps us on Knight's Whisper if we need to follow that up. So, and let's go for a seat onto 7 dwarfs. It's going to be white, and then we'll tap down right there. Deal 4. We get the throw an entire castle at the dwarves, and good game to our opponent on this one. That's going to be enough to get through. Going to take that 7 dwarf down. And there we go, dropping down to -2. So good game to our opponent. A little off to a quick start. But you can see just being able to set up a Combat Celebrant, extra attack step with Goblin Trap Runner, and then getting that Panharmonicon effect with Ishin. Hey, that's some good magic right there. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks, bye. Welcome to Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. As far as opening hand goes, we've got... Yeah, we don't have a white source. We've got the mana. But I think we actually ship this back. If we had a white source, I would keep on this. But if we don't run into a white source, we're very far away from Ward Leader. Yeah, let's go to Mulligan on this one. And, well, Prismatic Vista and Urborg. Yeah, I guess we keep on this one. We got Knight's Whisper. Yeah, so we can keep. So let's put 1 card on the bottom. We're going to put Austere Command. Actually, we'll probably just put Anger on the bottom. I think I like that. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll put Anger on the bottom for right now. Click OK. And then let's go and lead off with Prismatic Vista. And then we can go for a red source, and that keeps us open on Lightning Bolt. But we'll just kind of see what our opponent's got going on over there. Yeah, I think that works out. So, but yes, welcome to Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. Hope you're excited to get the Panharmonicon attack zone going. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. All right, so we're going to go for Prismatic Vista. We're going to grab a red source right now. Let's drop in Mountain, and then we can go for Urborg and go for Knight's Whisper. Which sound, Toxic Deluge, I like that. I feel really good about that. All right, so we're going to go for Knight's Whisper. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. All right, so we're going to miss out on Swiftfoot Boots, and then anything else past the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And we'll cover Akroma in just a second. All right, so we run into Rogue's Passage. Let's drop in Rogue's Passage and go for Swiftfoot Boots. Yeah, and we still have Lightning Bolt. Anything else, kick it back over there. Playing gets Akroma. Flying First Strike. Let's get this popped up. Flying First Strike. Vigilance. Trample. Haste. Protection from black and red, which is our commander, pretty much. Plus white. but still, for the most part, protection. Okay, so we got Toxic and really not much else. So let's just go ahead and pass the turn. I mean, we've got Wear to destroy target artifact. We got Lightning Bolt, but with the Missionary, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by a target block creature this turn. Yeah, I think we can. We don't really need to burn a Lightning Bolt on that. And the good thing about Akroma is that with Toxic Deluge, we can at least -6 on Toxic to get rid of that. All right, so we got the Missionary swinging in, doing some missionary work, knocking our life total down. And then let's see, do we hit a land? Come on, land. All right, so we run into caves, and that's actually exactly what we wanted to see. So let's drop in caves. It's going to be black. Let's tap down white, tap down mountain. And actually, how do we want to set this up? So we've got... So we get down Isshin. That's going to be a 3/4. We don't really have a hasty creature, but yeah, having that on the battle, yeah, I kind of like that. So let's do this. So tap down red. If they've got like Path to Exile Swords or something on Delina, yeah, go for it. Anything else, pass it over to our opponent. So, but yeah, we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you go to bit.ly/JoltMTG, that will apply my affiliate link. That'll allow you to get some cards and help support the channel at the same time. So if you do use that link, much obliged. We certainly appreciate it. So give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you want to play Commander on Magic Online, they've got you covered. Let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com/Jolt. For 10% off of your order. I was just trying to see what just happened, but it looks like we're just going to get some tokens on the battlefield. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to directly support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. But if you're keeping score at home and you're dual wielding your swords while listening to some synthwave, it is officially free time. So let's have some fun. All right, so we are on Akroma watch. We are... Okay, so that's going to be Academy Rector. And we can actually set up a Toxic Deluge for 2. And that'll get rid of Academy Rector, and then we can we can do Tear on their enchantment. And I think I kind of like doing that. Let's see what we draw into for next turn. Unfortunately, we're going to miss out on Delina, but I'd rather go and get that Academy Rector out of the way. Yeah, I think we do that, because that kind of clears this up. So let's go ahead and push it. I guess we could technically make a copy of Delina, but yeah, and I guess we just give that a shot. We're just going to swing in, and then we've got not Lightning Bolt, we got Toxic and Tear. So let's go and do that. So whenever it attacks, we're going to make a copy of Delina, potentially. All right, so we got 3/2 of those, swinging across. Main reason, we could do that with Ishin, but what we're doing at this point is we're just trying to see if there's any sort of movement on our opponent, and we'll see what sort of enchantment they grab. And they're going to send the entire crew blocking on Delina. So yeah, we're actually okay with that. And might end up actually saving us Toxic Deluge with that entire block. All right, opponent's going to go Path to Exile on Soldier Token. It's going to give them an extra planes on the battlefield. We're going to do 1 and 2. That's going to be Academy Rector on the battlefield. So we'll see what enchantment they grab. They might end up grabbing not Humility, but the... oh, they're going to go Divine Intervention. Oh, man. Never have I ever been so conflicted in a game of Magic to where I don't want to destroy that, but we've got to get rid of it. I love that card. I think that's an awesome card. Yeah, I think that's what we end up doing. Yeah, so the Divine Intervention, 2 intervention counters on. Then you could remove it, and then remove it. The game's a draw. We're going to go Wear on, target. We're going to go Tear on Divine Intervention. Yeah, man, I like that, but unfortunately, we got to stop there. So we're going to go Tear on Divine Intervention. I like that play. That's a lot of fun than anything else past the turn to our opponent. So hopefully we can get a few more lands out there. But you can see that with Divine Intervention, you've never seen this card before. And this is one of the things that I love about Magic Online. So let's go and check that out. There we go, Divine Intervention. Our opponent's going to go for Rest in Peace, which, yeah, that's okay. We actually don't really have a graveyard deck set up, so it's really not going to matter. But I still just hate Rest in Peace. So, but yeah, Rest in Peace is totally fine. So let's see what we draw into. Wingmake Rock. So we're not going to be able to get that down. Yeah, I guess we just go Isshin. Why not? Let's get red. That's going to be white, tap down black. That'll be just enough for Swiftfoot Boots, and we can swing in for a 3/4. Yeah, I think that'll work out. So we'll get down Isshin. Let's go Swiftfoot Boots onto Isshin. Tap down for 1 colorless. Let's go and swing in for 3. There we go. Knock him down to 36. And then we pass the turn over to our opponent. But yeah, with Divine Intervention, with that enchantment, that is I'm looking on Scryfall, and it's about a $250 card. And so on Magic Online, it's 3 cents. And that's why I like playing Magic Online, because it's only 3 cents, and you get to see fun cards like that. So our opponent went for Crusader. Okay, so that just appears just to be like just a 3/3 out there, so we can do something with that. All right, so we run into Chromatic Lantern. Yeah, let's go and drop in Chromatic Lantern. That way we can at least have access to whatever sort of mana we need. So let's get down Chromatic Lantern. And that's kind of like making a land drop. Do we want to push in with a 3/4? Is there anything that we're looking gain 2 life, +1 counter? Okay, so we can kind of get past that. Let's go and push in with Isshin, because we can make that trade if we need to. So we're going to swing across for a 3/4. I'm going to drop them down to 33, and then anything else, pass it to our opponent. So now with them sitting at a 3/3, that power and toughness bonus is equal to 2 plus the number of soldiers and warriors that you control. And so if they do end up going for their commander, it's simply just an angel. So we still have Lightning Bolt on Crusader, and depending on what they get down. Not that it's like the worst thing in the world to go for. And that is going to be Akroma, which if we're going to end up going for Toxic, it's, hey, you know, it is what it is. All right, so that's fine. They're going to have Akroma come down, and that's going to be a 6/6. That's going to be 9 coming across. Yeah, we're fine with that. Yeah, because we're going to try to end up going for Toxic for next turn. So drops us down to 25. And if we hit a land, we're actually on Austere Command, which I kind of do like. So let's see if we hit a land for... All right, so we run into Boros Charm. Okay, so we swing in. They're going to have protection, so it's really not going to matter. So I guess we just end up going Toxic Deluge on this one. It's going to be 1. We tap down for black, and we tap down Chromatic Lantern. And we'll go and pay 6 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be us paying 6. That drops us down to 19. We still have Lightning Bolt, and we'll turn Isshin back to the command zone. Back to the command zone. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's back in the command. For some reason, it's asking to go into the hand, and I thought I missed something. So anything else past the turn to our opponent. So we did hit the reset button on Akroma. Now we have no way to deal with Akroma. We do have Austere Command. So if we get to that 6 mana, actually, yeah, that will be a way that we can deal with Akroma, destroying all creatures of mana 4 or greater. So we'll see what they roll out for the turn. Dust to Dust. And that Boros Charm does not do anything with that. Okay, so that is going to be straight exile effect. Now we're down to 4 mana. Let's see what we can rip into. Run into Murderous Rider. And so Ishin's in the command zone, sitting at 5 total mana. I guess at this point we just end up going God of Victory, because we're missing out on the double white clause. Actually, it helps if we tap down for the correct mana. Let's do this. So we tap down black, tap down red, tap down white. That'll be 1 damage. Tap down Rogue's Passage, and that'll be God of Victory. So there we go. Get down God of Victory, and then pass it over to our opponent. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just not hitting our land drops for the turn. We're at turn 10. We've only got 4 lands on the battlefield, and so I think we might actually be running 38 lands in here. So unfortunately, it's just a little bit of just how the game's going at this point right now. But other than that, I absolutely love Isshin. It's a lot of fun. So we're looking at 4. Can't go for Brahmas. We can just hardcast Anger if we want to. Yeah, why not? We'll just get Anger down. That way if they've got something moving on their side. And let's go and push him for a 2/2. And I love Anger because we drop down to 31. Yeah, Anger, he looks like if you walked into a cave on a Dungeons and Dragons quest, that like he'd hit you in the shins with that little magical wand. So, all right, opponent's going to go for Worship. If you control a creature, damage that reduces your life total less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So we've still got the Anger game clock. And actually, we've got Swords to Plowshare, so we might be able to do something. All right, let's go and push in. We got Anger. I mean, we're looking at 15-turn clock right now, but we can hit the reset button on Akroma, and especially if they're just rolling out good stuff. We do have to find a way to deal with Worship, but at the very end of the day, we've got Austere Command. So let's see. This is going to be Angelic Renewal. Okay. And the good thing about Swords of Plowshares is it's going to get around that. Okay. So we're still sitting at a 2-2. Let's see if we hit a land for the turn. All right, we do. So we're finally getting somewhere. Do we want to drop in Wingmate Rock? Yeah, let's do that. So let's swing in with a 2-2. It's going to drop them down to 27. And since we did swing in with a creature with Rage, we're going to get an extra token. So let's do that. Tap down white. And if we hit a lane drop for next turn, we will be online for Austere Command. So we can kind of get some stuff moving on our side. All right, so it's going to be Wingmate Rock. And then anything else pass it to our opponent. So we've got some stuff. We've got Murderous Rider. Unfortunately, Murderous Rider is not going to deal with Akroma, but we do have Swords to Plowshare, and that will take care of Akroma. The thing that we do have to watch out for is Akroma off the top, Wrath of God. Yep, that's going to get it. And the downside is that with Rest in Peace, we don't get Anger in the graveyard. So it's going to be Soul Warden. So that cuts us off a creature, but we can still dump in Bramaz if we need to. All right, so we run into Swamp. So let's drop in Swamp. So if we end up going Austere Command, I'd like to catch Akroma if we can with that Austere Command. So let's drop in Bramaz, and then we'll tap down Rogue's Passage, and that still keeps us open on Murderous Rider if we need to. So they're going to gain life off Soul Warden. So we will need to try to deal with Soul Warden at some point. And so we'll see what they go for. We can always go Lightning Bolt in response to that. Or we can go Murderous Rider if they're going to get some crazy stuff. They do have Angelic Renewal, so if they want to burn Angelic Renewal on Soul Warden, they can. But what we might end up doing is going for Lightning Bolt on Soul Warden. That way we can just kind of go for the Angelic Renewal test. Yeah, I like that. So let's do that. Let's go Lightning Bolt. All right, so that's going to send Soul Warden to the command, into the Exile Zone. We've got Akroma swinging across for a 6/6. That's going to knock us down to 10. And I guess technically we can take another hit next turn if we need to. Let's see. All right, so we run into Catacombs. So let's drop in Catacombs. Let's go and get that crossed off. Okay, so we go Austere Command. That's going to be destroying all enchantments and creatures with mana value 4 or greater. And I think I actually like doing that. So let's go Austere Command, destroy all enchantments, and then destroy all creatures with a mana value 4 or greater. So we're going to go for that. It's going to be double white. Actually, let's get a non-damage white source onto the battlefield. Let's grab Scrubland. There we go. All right, so let's go for Austere Command. Okay, so that get rid of the entire crew. Let's go and push in with Bramaz. Swing in with Bramaz. That's going to give us an extra token on the battlefield. And then next turn we can go for Isshin. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, so we're swinging in. It's going to drop them down to 24. And they still end up going for Akroma, because that's going to be Akroma back in the command zone. That's 1-2. And Akroma, get that pop back up. That's going to be 8. That's going to be 10. So we're looking at 12 total mana for Akroma. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 10. Yeah, they're actually still one away from Akroma. So we can actually maybe able to get some stuff done. All right, this is going to be Pacifism on on Bramaz. All right. We're getting hit with a early 90s mono white magic deck, and I'm digging it. All right, so that's unfortunately that's going to be Bramaz is done on that. Let's see what we run into. If we can get some sort of devotion creature, that would actually help out. So let's go Plains. Okay, and I guess we just end up going Isshin. Yeah, we can do that. So let's go Rogue's Passage. Okay, so we get down Isshin. Let's go and swing in with Cat Soldier token, because we can't swing in with Braz. Nope, it's going to drop him down to 23. And then anything else, we will pass the turn. So we do have Murderous Rider still online. We still have Path to Exile online. And now as far as devotion goes, we'll get a devotion count on God of Victory. Let's get this moved over. True Believer, okay. You have Shroud, which is really not the end of the world. So we are one away from devotion on red-white. So if we can get God of Victory going, we'll actually be in a pretty good spot. It kind of depends on what we rip into for next turn. So see, we draw into Lightning Greaves. Okay, well that is nice to see. Okay, so we drop in Lightning Greaves. That's simply just going to be protection on Isshin, and we're sitting at a 3/4. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. So we'll tap down 1 white. We'll get down Lightning Greaves onto Isshin. And then let's go and push in with Isshin. That way we can still just attack our opponent's life total. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to swing it in for a 3/4. And as far as what we've got in our hand, I mean, we've got 2 pieces of removal, and we do have Boros Charm. Permanents you control gain indestructible. So if they have some sort of destroy everything, we can just go for that Boros Charm in response to that. And with Lightning Greaves on the battlefield, and with Lightning Greaves being active, if anything that we rip off the top of our library, we can immediately slam it down and get Isshin to swing in. So, all right, so we got True Believer swinging in for 2. Yeah, we're fine. That's not really going to get any movement on our side. We're okay with that. And let's see if they have any sort of follow-up play. Now, they're just swinging in for 2. Okay, I like that. All right, see what we draw into. Inferno. All right, Morag. I like that. But unfortunately, we don't have a land for the turn. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be just enough to leave up Boros Charm. Oh, excuse me, we don't have double red. All right, so we've missed out on that. Let's just go ahead and push in with Isshin. Yeah, I like that. We'll push in with Isshin and the Cat Soldier token. That's going to drop them down to 16. And then we pass the turn? Yeah, we can do that. Okay. And unfortunately, with Boros Charm, with them having Shroud on True Believer, we cannot use that 4 damage up top because they do have Shroud. So let's see what this is. If this is going to be Akroma, we're going to be able to hit the reset button with Swords to Plowshare. All right, so it's going to be Akroma. Let's see if they decide to swing in. All right, so let's go Swords to Plowshare on Akroma. They will gain some life. That puts them back up to 22, but we can still do some stuff on this. That's going to send it back, and then I guess we could just end up going Murderous Rider on True Believer. Yeah, because we are getting a little low on this. Just a little low. All right, so we're going to get rid of that. That's going to get rid of the Shroud option, and then we can always end up casting Murderous Rider too next turn. Okay, so we run into Kroxa, and they do have 1 card left in the hand. So we can Kroxa... And we can still go for, yeah, I kind of like that. So let's drop in Kroxa. That's going to make them, we're going to have to sacrifice it, but at least we can make them discard a card. Destroy all non-white creatures. Okay. That's going to be Kroxa. We do have Devotion with, unfortunately, with the God of Victory, but it's not going to be out there. Let's drop in Murderous Rider, and let's get the Lightning Greaves onto Murderous Rider, and let's go and push in. All right, so we got the crew swinging in, and we will get a little bit of lifelink, which puts us back up to 7. Drops them back down to 16, and then anything else, pass it over to our opponent. So, as far as next turn goes, we do have a 3/4. We can double strike. That's going to be 6. That'll be 8, and that'll be 9. We'll see what we can end up doing on that. So, and they're just in top deck mode right now. Which, if we hit another red source with a land drop, oof. Let's see. All right, so let's see what we run into. It's going to be Fervent Charge. Yeah, let's go and drop in Fervent Charge. I like that. That is exactly what we want to see. Tap down black, white, tap down 1. Either way, we're not going to be able to go for Rogue's Passage. So we'll get down Fervent Charge. Yeah, and that's going to turn, I think that might be it. We'll see. That's going to turn Devotion on. Let's swing in the entire crew. It's not going to matter because we're going to have double those +2/+2 triggers. And because we're going to have Menace, so they're not going to be able to block. We might be able to get it on this one. We'll see. That's going to be pretty good. Let's see if we can get that going. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up. We're going to get it with the Fervent Charge. So we got a Fervent Charge. That's going to double off of Ishin. That's going to be God of Victory. Brahmaz, even though Brahmaz was on pacifism. But yeah, that's a good game. A little light on lands. Turn 20. We finally get it, but never give up. We had answers for Akroma, and that had protection from 2/3 of our deck, so I will take that. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.